Kumar from EC department. I'm going to say about the third generation of computer. Uh, Third generation computer. The third generation computer was in the years 1965 to 71, and they used ICs integrated circuits as a main general component instead of transistors that were used in second generation of computers. The integrated circuits were invented by Jack Kilby of Texas Instruments and Robert Noyce of Fairchild Semiconductor in 1970. Integrated circuit is a component that contains more than one transistor. This is called a chip or microchip. Each integrated circuit consists of resistors, transistors, and capacitors. The third generation computers were reliable, smaller in size, very efficient. In the third generation, they also introduced monitors, keyboards, but the keyboard was the major component of input, while the monitors were served as the major component of output. They were using the operating system that allowed the computer to run many applications within one specified day. It also had a central program that monitored the memory. They used a higher level of language, which included Fortran that was introduced in 1956 and ALGOL that was introduced in 1950. The language enabled the computers to understand algebraic languages and functions, simulation languages, procedures, oriented languages, business oriented languages, and extensible languages. The main features of third generation computers are they were small in size, faster and reliable, required less maintenance, used in ICs, generated less heat compared to the previous generation of computers. They are cheaper, use a high level language. They use a magnetic core, solid state as a main storage. The output and input devices were sophisticated. There were several types of the third generation computers. These include IBM system. It was announced by International Business Machines Corporation in the year 1964. It contained the hybrid integrated circuits that worked within 32-bit word with a 360 assembly language. It was also used in processing lunar landings in NASA. It was very useful and valuable because its mainframe could run programs. It made a huge impact in the computer world, especially in terms of workload and power. UNIVAC. It was introduced in 1964 where the integrated circuits replaced the thin memory of register storage. They also had faster and smaller ports that were using UNIVAC. UNIVAC 1107. In 1969, they produced an identical machine which was slower but cheaper for the most customers and people who needed it did not have enough memory to be used as the UNIVAC 1108. PDP. PDP is nothing but a personal data process. It was among the first PDP computers to get the market. It was sold for $20,000 for 5 years, but the price reduced to $5,000 and had a memory of 4,095 words. The computer was small in size, portable, had a good speed. TDC 316, IBM 370 168, CDC 6600, and even 6000 series. These are the several types of the third generation computers. Advantage of third generation computers are good storage capacity, less costly, size was smaller, making it portable, generated less heat, main cost was low, calculation, perform calculations in nanoseconds, consumed very less power, was very reliable. Disadvantage, the disadvantages are required in air conditioning, highly sophisticated in technology, therefore it is required in the manufacturing of integrated chips. There are some difference between the third generation computers and the second generation computers. The second generation computers are used transistors, while the third generation computers are used ICs. The second generation computers measured operating speed in microseconds, while the third generation computers measured operating in nanoseconds. The second generation computers use the magnetic tapes as secondary storage, while the third generation computers use the magnetic disk for secondary storage. Second generation computers use a high level programming, while the third generation computers use a massive high level language. The second generation computer did not have the input and output, while the third generation computers had the keyboard as a major input and the monitor as the major output component. Now we are to the conclusions. The third generation of computers is an upgrade of second generation computers, and it made a great impact in the computer world because the third generation computers are very fast, reliable, and very accurate.